Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm doing fine here. This is the Harbinger, this is Wingspan on Steam, and this is our opening hand. Do we like anything we see here? Let's see, we probably want to have at least one bird for the first bonus cards here, and this key is gonna work for both the first and the second round and gold. So we might want to pick up this guy, which means we also probably want some way to gain some additional food, so we can get a decent bonus card from this bird. We don't have particularly good stuff for gaining eggs into the grasslands or getting eggs into enclosure nests, so we need to be on the lookout for that. I think we're gonna take the key, maybe just because these white birds are usually a little bit of a hassle to get out, and this is a pretty good one that can find lots of bonus cards for us. Other than that, we have the painted white start, which is a pretty cheap bird to get us into these 3 food dyes territory. I'm gonna be happy to pick up this guy, and then the question is, do we pick up the northern shoveler or not? I think we can afford to do this. It's a high scoring bird that gives us additional cards we can use for other stuff down the road, and I really like that. What's in here? 4 eggs on birds. Not too happy about that thing. I really don't like this bonus card. It limits a lot of the birds you can play. It's much better in the base game, because there you want to have birds with lots of capacity. It's because laying eggs is the best strategy there, but I don't like it here. I much rather want to take a large bird specialist. We already have both the key and the northern shoveler here that we care about playing, so I think we can do very fine with this play here. Gonna take the food for the white start, and of course before we start we should check the bird tray. And hello, piloted woodpecker. This is a really great bird that can completely change what kind of game we want to do if we get it. It opens up an avenue for the Eurasian green woodpecker also to be a decent shout for us, just because we are getting a place to place that second egg here. This guy is also something we can get additional birds from for the final round goal, so it's actually relevant here. And if we have the piloted woodpecker, we can lay eggs on this in the grasslands without having to activate the grasslands, so we don't care about filling up the grasslands with trash birds. Now, the bad thing about this guy is if we want to take all of this stuff, we are left out with only a single food here. But the painted white start and the nectar we're starting with can actually make this viable, if we can actually pick up the woodpecker. If the opponent picks the woodpecker, that's actually also fine, because we will still be getting 3 eggs into this guy every now and then, and as long as we have 2 birds in the grasslands, we can sacrifice additional vertebrates or additional cards to gain more eggs. So I think, given that this guy is in the bird tray, I want to have it. If I can't have it, I'd be delighted to get 3 eggs into this guy every now and then. So I think this will now be the strategy here, and if we can get it, it also works for large bird specialists. So yeah, I think this is fine. Crossing our fingers. Opponent didn't take it. Okay, then we certainly have a game plan here. Okay, piloted woodpecker is coming home with me. And then I think we will just start off by playing this guy first. Usually I am really fond of playing the waterbird first, just in case we can it pops up anything decent here we really want. But the decent thing we really want is already here, so now we need to build up our engine. I'm gonna play the woodpecker first, rather than the painted wild start, because having this guy here makes it so we don't have to worry about activating the grasslands at all. And did they really lay eggs second? Sheesh, that's weird. No, third. Okay, yeah, they have these, and they get food from the grasslands. Okay, that's fine. We are taking 2 nectars here, and we are laying eggs. They have this guy, so they are getting eggs every time we lay eggs. So we need to do it so that we are gaining more bonuses than they are. I then want to play out the white start because I want to have access to the more food, so we can get more bonuses from playing the key. But we should also probably start playing the Northern Shoveler because we need more cards. Extra cards for us could mean additional food, could mean additional eggs, but we're probably not going to turn it into additional eggs over here since we have this guy. We should also probably play this guy pretty fast. Let's just do this here. I am accepting to lay to give the opponent eggs because I don't know if they actually have spent those, so that's nice. Chihuan Raven, okay. Does that change things? I think it does not change things. This is a very good bird to play early in the base game, but it doesn't really work that well in Oceania. So if we play this guy here, we get 2 eggs, and then we can eat 1 egg to gain 2 food. So that's basically we gain 2 food and 1 egg. We can do the same thing here. We can gain 2 food, 1 more food, and 1 egg. So we don't need playing this guy makes this. We're spending resources to make this habitat into a worse version of what we already have here. The potential here is larger, but we don't have that potential unlocked in the other cards we have here, and we already have a plan to play these other guys. I hope that makes sense. And then I think we will start playing out the Northern Shoveler here, because there are quite a few good high-scoring birds here in the tray. And getting access to enough cards is important when you have a strategy revolving around getting lots of resources from the forest. So you want to have access to getting enough cards. Ideally, we want a bird that can tuck and cycle cards. That way, the bad card we draw here can be cycled into better cards while also giving us points. We are on board for this here. I don't think we can play 2 birds looking in the correct way in 2 more turns. So we are gonna let the opponent have those additional points, and we will fight on for the remainder later. In theory, we could pick up some more food and play the key this turn, but I also want this frigate bird because that's a 9-pointer, and I also want to have this guy down pretty fast, so we don't have to spend too many resources there. So I understand that we are losing out on some efficiency here, but I'm willing to accept that so we can get that 9-pointer and get access to enough other stuff for Bullfinch. Is that something we are going to play? I don't think so, because it doesn't help with any of the bonus tasks, and we already have access to 3 food a turn here. Instead, let's take the fish here and take a sherry. That way we can play the Eurasian green woodpecker pretty fast next turn. Yeah, take the egg, even though the opponent also might gain some eggs. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to compete with that no matter what. Jigsaw is usually a decent card, especially when we have these additional cards drawn, but we don't have any intention of activating the grasslands this game, so we don't need to worry about these 2. Red-headed woodpecker could be a bird gaining us additional points every time we activate over here. I'd much rather want to try to find a tuck drawer, so I'm not gonna prioritize going there for now. Let's instead play the Eurasian green woodpecker, and after that we're gonna take some more food, and then we're gonna play the key. And if the opponent is nice with us, they will give us some more cards, maybe cycle this stuff here around a little bit. But in the meantime, let's... do we also want to pick up food for this guy? We might want to do that. We already have that, but we still need a little bit more. Sacrifice the bullfinch, take another fish here. And I guess we can accept only taking one egg here. Ideally, you wouldn't want to give yourself only one egg if you're also gonna give the opponent an egg. But a little bit down the road, we are gonna be much more golden for it. Let's play out the frigate bird. Not eat that egg, eat the egg out of the other guy to free up some egg space. Then we can take some more food, play out the key, and have access to more cards here. Okay, take the nectar, take this, and also take sacrifice the wren for another food here. That way we can be pretty sure we can get the most amount of stuff out of the key here. Ideally we wouldn't want to overpay for it, but I think we don't. We also don't want to spend more turns here getting food when you don't gain that egg advantage. So let's just do this here. And look at that first bonus egg. You don't have to sack food until you have seen what kind of card this is. And looking at it, I think we can accept to only take, to just take this card here, because it's already 4 points. Very few bonus cards give you more than 6 points easily. And this guy can easily gain 6 points by just playing the Raven or any other brown power bird. Also, if we get one of the yellows or one of the pinks, we can also put them into here, and then this guy is just really good there. I don't hate that at all. Actually, we can even maybe just pick up the Ferringis hawk here. And or we could pick up the red-headed woodpecker. That's another bird to lay eggs into, but that we would want for the two next things. Maybe we do that. Yeah, let's take one of those black-tailed godwit, and let's also take the red-headed woodpecker. We don't have that, so let's not let the opponent have that opportunity either. And Eurasian golden oriole. Yeah, everything is just falling into places here. Okay, that's great. So we take these two guys into the over here. Maybe don't even have to take these guys. And now that I have a star nest here, we can play. Yeah, can we play out this guy this turn? We can. That should make us tie up with the opponent. So I think that's well worth it. Eat the egg out of this bird. And see what we can get here. Birds in multiple habitats. We have 2 more in hand, so we can easily get those 4 points. Very well. Do we care about Ferringis hawk, tick sizzles? I don't think we do. I don't think we particularly care about that one either. Greater prairie chicken could be nice. Common kingfisher is probably not going to be played. It has a lot of egg spaces for star nests. So that could be decent, but we don't need lots of egg spaces for that here. Let's take the greater prairie chicken, and that way we have a 5th bird for the grasslands. That gives us a bonus card in case we don't find a yellow that we actually want to play. Okay, this is actually a pretty nice game we have on our hand here. Only thing I'd love to have is the house finch or any other bird that lets us tuck and draw in the grasslands. Other than that, we have a really good engine going on here. Let's take the some early food here. We can afford to sack these two, so I'm going to sack at least one of these to get a third nectar there, and then we are gonna lay eggs into here, and we are gonna play out the Eurasian Golden Oriole first. That way we can gain food every time the opponent takes food. And that we can also push 2 eggs into the grasslands every time we activate the forest from now on. Goldfinch, hello! That's another bird we can put eggs into in here, and it's the yellow one. That lets us, it's basically a free play another bird at the end of the game. It can live anywhere, so it really helps with almost all the bonus cards. It doesn't help with large bird specialist in itself, but it lets us play the final bird we want to play at the end of the game. So I really love that this guy just decided to pop up here. I'm gonna take a nectar here. I don't think we're gonna sack this guy. We might play that as the bird we're playing for Goldfinch. So let's just do a simple drawing maneuver here. Lay eggs out like that. Then we are gonna play out the Goldfinch, because that's another bird to put eggs into. And we should probably go looking for more birds we can consider to play. Then again, there are very few turns left in the game. Are we happy with our options here? We can probably do a better bird to play at the final stage here. This is a 6-pointer for us, since it helps us. It's actually more than that, since it helps us more towards this thing. It helps us towards this thing. It helps us not towards that thing. Yeah, I think we want, but we already have that covered with this guy. So I think we want to try to find multiple habitat bird that gives that's also brown. That gives more than 4 points. Let's try to find that. We can afford to spare some food to look at 3 more cards, so I will do so. I will sack one of those. And let's see, neither of these birds are it. Let's see. Yeah, it's just let's just look at 2 more cards here. American Robin is precisely the bird I was wishing for to have in the forest there. So yeah, I don't hate how this turned out, but it could have been better. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna play that guy. So is it enough turns left in the game to consider to play the American Robin in the forest? After playing this guy, there will be 5 more actions. 6 is if we count the 3 Goldfinch play. I don't think there is any reason for us to go here. Going here is a dead turn. Playing out the American Robin lets us gain eggs while we are also cycling for better cards. So it's the only reasonable way to gain more points overall. Then again, if we just take food this time, we can also tie up with the opponent in here, or we can even win it if we just manually lay eggs. That's probably the correct thing to do. Instead of the opponent getting 6 and us getting 3, we are getting 6 and the opponent is getting 3 instead. So that's a net 6-point difference. In addition, we are getting 4 points there. That's a 10-point play. 10-point plays usually very good, especially when the opponent can't stop you from it. 2 eggs here, 1 egg here. That should win it. That's 3 more, and then let's put the final egg somewhere where it doesn't take up egg space we want to have available for the woodpecker. And voila, that's a great thing to do. We had 80 before we did that, I think. No, we had 84. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Bald eagle is a great bird to play. Gives us a lot of points in just a single play. I wouldn't mind that. It is better to play this guy for 9 points than to play this guy for 4 points plus those 2 points. It's also large wingspan bird for the large bird specialist, which we would have done for Eleanor's falcon anyway. I think it's a little bit late to be doing this, so we shouldn't. But I also don't want to go here. I don't want to go here just to take more cards, because that's bad. If I go here, if I do this first, and because we are gonna need the food anyway, going here lets us get back a little bit more points than if you're just going here and then going here, right? I hope this is correct. It doesn't feel very good to just play a 1-pointer in the final round here, but it looks like that's what I am doing. Eat eggs out of these birds so we can free up more egg space for those. And I think we will try to pick up the bald eagle at the first passing here. And let's see. I don't think we're playing the bunting. Yeah, we're not, because it doesn't help with any of the other stuff. This is also a multiple habitats bird, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense to play this guy, because it pushes us much closer to this thing. Yeah, I don't regret it. Okay, take these 2 foods, as we're going to need those for the golden eagle. Then I think we're just gonna try to get as much food as possible every turn here. Sack this guy, pick up this guy, and gain another food, and push as many eggs as possible into the correct nest types here. So we are well leading. Malfowl, how many eggs would you lay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on yourself, so that's 8 points, but we don't need it, so I don't think we are going to. Instead, let's play out the red-headed woodpecker here, and coming to think of it, I think this is going to be the correct play here. This will round off Birdbounder. It will round off Ethologist, and we will have one more bird to play for a large bird specialists, so that's fine. Then again, we are playing the bald eagle for free at the end of the game. That's also glorious. We have the food for that already, so if we just do this here, we can just do this. Then we can lay 4 eggs a turn for 2 4-point actions. I don't think that there is any combination of things we can do that gives more than 8 points here. Yes, we can take food, gain 1 2 points on the opponent. I'm just guessing opponent gets a free egg here, so it's 2 points. Then we can play the Eleanor's falcon here for 4 points. That doesn't really help us, because we're playing this guy for free at the end of the game anyway. Or we could maybe in theory play this guy and then get to play this guy at the end of the game, but that also assumes we can get food for free, and we are also spending eggs we need for the final round and goal here. I think this is just the correct thing to do. Ideally, we would be able to try to get points over here from it, and we can, so why would we not? Yeah, this is great. Cache that grain. So yeah, we have 5 points actions here. Yeah, and we're getting to play this at the end of the game. So yeah, this is just correct here, and we should be happy when we are doing correct plays. Yeah. Eurasian Green Woodpecker helps us out to win the final round. And goal here is usually a bird you aren't willing to play, but when it works, it works. I think that to improve these birds, they should also these kind of birds, they should also count twice for your bonus cards that you need to play. I think that will make these guys a lot higher pickable. To balance it out just a little bit. Gonna do this here, and we are not getting any food, but that's fine. We still got to play a 9-point bird at the end of the game there. And I have a feeling this game went pretty good. We started with a high power bird, and we got to play a lot of high scoring birds. We got lots of points from bonus cards, so this should be a decent scoring game. And yeah, we have 57 points over here. Should be at least over the average. We are at what, 87 points there, 99. Oh, it went too fast there. Okay, it's 125. Yeah, it's still a really good payout. We got a few resources from the opponent. I think we were specifically he gave us a few cards from the Wilson Snipe. I don't think he gave us anything else here. No, he didn't. He cycled some stuff maybe. No, he didn't. He never activated this after playing it. Yeah. Playing stuff like the Birdwatcher, you shouldn't be doing that if you have no intention of activating them, because then you're just paying 2 eggs to get 0 points, unless it was very important for you to get any of these tasks on board. But yeah, you already have the correct nest types. It doesn't help with Forester. I guess it kind of helped with consecutive wingspans, but yeah, you shouldn't be playing bird there like that. At least that's my opinion. What went well and what went wrong in this game? I think most of the stuff we did is probably gonna be the correct course of actions here. We picked up this guy, played it first, got a really efficient first round. Let us play out the Northern Shoveler pretty fast, getting us to look at a lot of cards, which really helped us over the course of the game. Got to pick up and play lots of high scoring birds here. Also getting that ethologist on the key was just really lucky. We shouldn't have been that lucky to get a 10-point bonus card. Then again, if we hadn't gotten this, maybe we would have played some other birds here, or maybe not focused on these birds at all, pushed the focus in some kind of other direction, letting us play some of the other birds here instead. But really happy with this turnout here. Also getting the maximum amount of points on all of these bonus cards always makes me really happy. I feel we played the correct, completely correct game with regards to the bonus cards we picked up. And I think I underestimated how good the red-headed woodpecker would be for us here. I didn't realize that it also would be a point generator for us. So I just saw these 4 points and brown power. I didn't see it as a potential more points here. Not that many more points, but it also helped us win the round angle. And yeah, overall I think we had a decent game here. Only thing I think we might have a little debate on is the American Robin play. Was that the correct thing or not? We did play it so we could pick up this guy while taking food. So basically it did help us with Birdbander, so I didn't think of that at the time. If it hadn't helped us with Birdbander, I think it's not the correct play, maybe. We are spending 1 action, 1 food, and 1 egg to get back one more point. So it's basically a net 1 point for the bird play, for the food played. So we could pick up this guy. It doesn't really help us get access to a more interesting column. So that's the thing. We could have gone here and drawn 3 cards instead. Maybe getting another card we're more interested in playing together with the bald eagle. But yeah, actually playing this guy, I think it's a completely fine decision to do, since we wanted to have a high scoring bird to play out with the goldfinch. And we only need, and that bird was visible in the tray. I think it's fine to play the American Robin to pick it up. The only bad thing is that there is the risk of the opponent picking that guy before we can do. So that's maybe the only discourse I have for doing it in that order. And yeah, we didn't really have anything else to spend our final turns on. If we hadn't done that, maybe we could have... actually, that's a decent point. If we hadn't done that, we could have picked up the bald eagle just down here. We could have spent... I'm thinking if whether or not, if we hadn't spent the action to play you, but instead spent that action to go here, we could have had more... we wouldn't have more turns. So yeah, I think playing that bird instead of just picking stuff up here. Yeah, because that's the 2 actions we have to compare. We have to compare picking up cards with playing the bird. Playing this bird gave us 1 point, while picking up the bald eagle would give us 0 points that turn. So yeah, it's correct to play this guy, but there's also probably something else we could have done. Maybe if we just ignored this guy and this guy, we could have just laid eggs the entire time. Maybe that would have been better. Play this guy out at that final turn, but then we wouldn't get bird bander. Yeah, it's... I think we can probably discuss that that play there over and over. Bird bander makes it more viable, but I didn't remember that at the time of play, so yeah, I probably should not have played it, but we did, and it turned out fine. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Harbinger. We have been playing Wingspan. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!